Hello. Today I want to talk about some Tesla bot updates from the Investor Day of 2023. Elon was talking in this 5 minute section of the Investor Day presentation where they gave a few updates regarding the Tesla bot. And in the clips they show, you can already see Tesla bots assembling other Tesla bots while walking, while picking things up. You can see all the motions in the arms and the fingers. And if you pay attention and think about it, you realize that they've really made a lot of progress. The rate of improvement is significant, and Elon drops a little hint. It's not doing parkour yet, but it's walking around, and it's quite noticeable. And to think that the same AI that drives the full self-driving for the Tesla cars can also be used for the Tesla bot is very significant and underrated, because Tesla is already like a leading expert in real-world artificial intelligence. They can use the full self-driving stack from the car side of the business and apply it in the humanoid robot. And together they can enhance each other to make each other better. Elon says that he and the Tesla team were surprised how little was available off the shelf for humanoid bot actuators. So Tesla had to custom design a lot of the actuators themselves. And while this may be a little bit of a red flag to some, I think it's already a big strength for Tesla, because they are able to design their own actuators from the start. So they design this thing from the ground up and basically design everything they need in the Tesla bot themselves. So they are not limited by the restraints of suppliers of actuators in their design for the Tesla bot. So I think this enables it to make it easier to scale the Tesla bot production. And wow, the goal is to make a Tesla bot that is useful far faster than any other company on the planet. And Elon says that he envisions that in the future, maybe the bot to human ratio will exceed 1 to 1. So that's over 8 billion humanoid robots. Let that sink in. 8 billion humanoid robots that are useful, that are constantly learning, that can basically do work for you. It's really hard to imagine what that means to the world we live in right now, because what's the value of a human working at that point? I'm not going to go into the details in this video. I'm happy to discuss that with someone else online, maybe make a video or a podcast out of it, or just do it offline and create this brain tank. But I definitely want to explore that, even though it scares me a lot. I want to show you some highlights of the clips and give my commentary afterwards.
Yeah, this next slide is video.
It's kind of weird seeing the arms and legs just separate. We have a whole lab full of arms and legs. Worth bearing in mind that when we did AI Day, this version of Optimus didn't walk at all. So the rate of improvement here, I think, is quite significant. It's obviously not doing parkour, but it is walking around, and we have multiple copies, I suppose, of Optimus. The thing that I think Tesla brings to the table that others don't have is that we have the real-world AI. We're the most advanced in real-world AI. So the same AI that drives the car which you can think of the car really as a robot on wheels, and this is a robot on legs. So as we solve real-world AI, and I don't think there's anyone even close to Tesla on solving real-world AI. That same computer and software goes into Optimus. So it's not that helpful to have a humanoid robot if you have to program every individual action. It needs to be able to walk around autonomously and solve tasks. You should be able to instruct it in simple things by showing visually what the robot needs to do, or just telling it what to do. So, so I think that's a key advantage that we have. And then we also are good at designing things for manufacturing and then manufacturing itself. So the actuators in Optimus are all custom designed Tesla actuators. So we designed the electric motor, the gearbox, the power electronics, obviously the battery pack, and everything else that goes into Optimus. We were quite surprised to find how little was available off the shelf, because there's a vast number of electric motors, gearboxes and whatnot that are available in the world, and we found none of them were useful in a humanoid robot, literally none. So you have to custom design the actuators for a humanoid robot. And so the same team that designed the groundbreaking electric motors that are in the Model S Plaid designed the actuators in the robot. So, I mean, for practical purposes, what this means is that we should be able to bring an actual product to market at scale that is useful far faster than anyone else. And assuming that the things I'm saying are true, or at least you can put it, I think they are true. It's just a question of the timing. You start getting into interesting questions of like, what's the ratio of humans to humanoid robots? I think it might be greater than 1-to-1. Because you could sort of see a home use for robots, certainly industrial uses for robots, humanoid robots. I think we might exceed a 1-to-1 ratio of humanoid robots to humans. It's not even clear what an economy means at that point. Since an economy is output per person times persons, but if output is much higher and there's no limit on persons, then what's the actual limit on the economy? We're still pretty far from Kardashev scales here, but we're getting there. So anyway, it's probably the least understood or appreciated part of what we're doing at Tesla, but will probably be worth significantly more than the car side of things long term.
So rewatching that, I really had some goosebumps as well. Like the consequences of Tesla bot being useful as a mass market product, the implications are so big, it's unfathomable. And it's exciting as an investor in Tesla, but it's also very, it's making me very nervous and anxious about the future, because what if things go wrong and this Tesla bot is used for doing bad things? Again, I don't want to get too much into the details in this video. I just want to point out the rate of progress and the strength of Tesla in producing this useful humanoid robot. And I want you to think about it. Just the manufacturing point. The progress that Tesla has of making this a useful product. And when you've done that, also think of the implications, what it means for the future of humanity. Think about it. I urge you, don't sleep on this Tesla bot, because it's gonna have a significant impact on our lives. And with that said, I want to just say, take care, be eager to learn, and I love you, dear stranger.